Hi, I'm Claire Walker, and I'm doing this for ISM 3011, and this is my Tableau 2 project. So this is the data here that you can see. With this, you can see how we're given all the states, the regions, the countries, the zip codes. We're also given all of this data, departments, item sales, and profit. So by this, I like to break it down by profit, by sales, region, um, and profit by region and state, and sales by region and state. So for this, I did profit by state and I used the bar graph because you can clearly see how California is the highest, much higher than the rest, and all the colors definitely separate them. The next I did was profit by region. I did this bar graph, or I did this pie chart because you could clearly see that East and West were much greater than the other two, with California being in the West. Also, the next one I did was going to be sales by state. So I like this visual because it's very visually, like, it's just easy to understand. You can see California's the highest, New York, Texas, Pennsylvania. It's very easy to see which one's the biggest and which one has the most, and then the numbers are right underneath of it. Next one I did is the sales and profit by each state, and I like this one because you can compare which ones have sales and profits like that are like higher and lower per state, like all together, which I think is really nice, which is another reason why I like the bar graph. Next, here's the map. The map's really nice because you can see the darker states obviously are higher, and you can see all the sales for each state. Just it's very visual, like I said, easy to understand. Anyone could see this and know what they mean, basically. And then I did the profit in years. This shows just how there was an increase from 2022 to 2023, and I think that's pretty significant. Obviously, to see that they're still increasing, that's good. You don't want to be decreasing. Next, I did sales by department. I think this is really nice because it kind of shows them like which departments are making the most sales, the most money. That way they know which to focus on, obviously, for other purposes as well. Next, I did sales by region. This one I thought was also important because it shows it's by each region which one had the highest sales, and it does replica this the profit by region, which is interesting. Next, this is my interactive dashboard. This is just showing you kind of all that data summed up into one place. So when you click on this, you can see the data for each state. So for example, when I click on California, you can see all the data for only California from each of the graphs, which I think is very helpful. That way you can see just quite like which have the highest and if that's true for all graphs, you know? Lastly, when you go to the story, the beginning of the story is going to start with the first graph we looked at. And these are going to all show you just how California is always going to be the highest. And I think that's interesting throughout the graphs that we looked at, um, that it just shows you that when you use this, the data should be consistent. Like it's always California is going to be the highest. That shows that we're doing something right because you're seeing that common thing. It's a similarity. Um, so it's just interesting. And that's something nice that I learned by using Tableau is that you can really check data and the consistency of it. And that's really what this is for. So with all that, that's all I have. Bye.